Some local high schools will be welcoming an exciting visitor tomorrow, coming up.
And a campus community is devastated after a tragic shooting.
And see how you can help a furry friend and celebrate the holiday at the local Tri-County Humane Society. UTVS starts right now. Hello, I'm Gianna Zhao.
And I'm Lynn Karst. We start tonight with Adam Baumgartner in the UTVS Weather Center.
Yeah, it's been surprisingly warm this week, Adam.
Yeah, guys, it was especially a warm one today. As we see on the almanac, we matched that record of 53 degrees set back in 1939. And when we look at our low, we're going to be pretty mild too, about 13 degrees above the average temperature too. For right now, it's still staying pretty mild out there under some pretty clear skies. There are some slight clouds overhead. And we're still sticking pretty warm at about 49 degrees right now, with some winds coming out of the east at about 8 miles per hour. As we head into tonight, we'll start to cool off just slightly. By 7 p.m., we'll be into the low 40s. Then by 8, we'll cool off into the high 30s. And by 9, we'll be around 36 degrees with light cloud coverage all throughout the night.
Adam. And although we have a mild start to December, the city of St. Cloud must remain ready for winter conditions at any moment. Nick Lavalade from UTVS team sat down with Tom Sabinski about how the city prepares itself.
While many of us only hear about snowstorms only a few days out, the city of St. Cloud must prepare way in advance.
We're watching out, 15 days out, but typically they are more as the weather event gets closer, it gets more predictable as far as path and where it's going to go and the amounts.
And for the city of St. Cloud to get the most accurate forecasts,
We watch NOAA, NOAA weather forecast, which are usually updated hourly. Our system that we contract with is updated every 15 minutes to half an hour.
once they find an agreement in the forecast, they can pre-treat the roads as needed.
We have tanks that can hold the raw product, and we buy when we're getting down, and it's usually something we can, the beet product we can get usually within a week. They bring a load in. We have enough storage to handle a tanker load, and then in most winters we're able to get by with 1 or 2 tanks. This year, the way the winter has gone so far, we maybe just only have to order 1 tank.
This treatment is important to keep the main roads clear.
We're trying to do what we can with less salt. We're trying to keep the chlorides out of our ponds and rivers.
Once the storm hits, the city takes a planned approach on clearing the roads.
We want to have our main arterials that carry people to the hospital and different, networking in the city here. The main roads we try to always keep in our best shape we can. That requires us to be out there ahead of that morning rush hour.
But if we get more snow than is forecasted,
it slows down our response because it's heavier and it's more to move. And so our plowing routes might go from, 9-10 hours to 11 or something, just because it takes a little longer to clear that snow.
while we all see things running smoothly, Mr. Zabinski wants people to know.
You can have a plan, but you have to be prepared to adjust to it, because sometimes it starts different and it ends different. Sometimes we may have a truck that breaks down and may put somebody's route behind, but then we have other people that step in when they get done and help out and finish that route up.
And when we get more than 6 inches of snow and a snow emergency is declared,
If we get a storm that goes beyond 6 inches, then we usually declare that a snow emergency, which then kicks in our CSO officers with the PD, the police department, and the towing companies, and then we do tow illegally parked cars. The only time we do that is during an emergency.
if you're not able to clean the sidewalk off yourself after a storm, the city will come take care of it for you, but there is a little bit of a fee that comes with that as well. However, the city does encourage you to go clean your own sidewalks off. For UTVS News, I'm Nick Lalonde.
Now, despite the mild start to December, Zabinski says winter conditions are expected to ramp up as we head into January. With any storm that is approaching, you can find updates on a blog run through the City of the St. Cloud's website.
Yesterday, we made a mistake and played the wrong video for a car crash that happened east on Interstate 94 in Linden Township. The video that we aired yesterday was for a crash that happened on west of Interstate 94 near Albertville. Here's the correct crash information and the correct video. Police says there's 3 cars were moving slow in the left lane until one car hit another from behind. 1 person died from the car crash and 1 person got hurt, but it is expected to be okay.
We have some heartbreaking news tonight. 3 people are dead after a shooting at the University of Las Vegas. Police say the shooter was a former professor who applied to work at the university but didn't get the job. Police say he was killed in a shootout with police. St. Cloud State's President Robin Wacker put out a statement expressing her sympathy for the University of the Las Vegas community.
Some local high schools will have an important visitor tomorrow. Secretary of State Steve Simon will visit the Apollo and Tech high schools in St. Cloud. This is to teach students about the importance of voting and being engaged in the election.
With the flu season being upon us, Minnesota Health Department releases an update on flu cases in Minnesota. Minnesota Health Department says 2 people died from the flu and 53 people were hospitalized this week. There was also 1 new school outbreak and 1 long-term care outbreak. Influenza A is still the most common strain. Find out which university is receiving an important award.
And a local Salvation Army is looking for volunteers after a fire coming up.
St. Michael Fire Department welcomes a new 4-legged member to their team. He's a Dalmatian named Stanley Potatoes and is owned by one of the St. Michael firefighters. He will soon train to be a mascot and therapy dog for the fire department.
With Halloween approaching, there's a lot to do in the area this weekend. Wright County is hosting their annual Boo-tacular, a fun Halloween event for the whole family. It will be happening this Saturday from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. at the Bertram Lakes Regional Park and Campground.
You also won't want to miss the Harvest of Horror Hayride in St. Augusta. It will be happening this Friday and Saturday. If you show up before 10:45 p.m., you'll be able to ride no matter what.
And finally, Molitor's Haunted Acres is hosting their final walkthrough of Horror Friday and Saturday. It will be happening from 6 p.m. to 11 p.m. Tickets can be found at molitorsacres.com. Do you want to meet Santa and ride in a horse carriage for free? Well, the Anoka tree lighting event is perfect for you. Bring your kids for a day filled with fun activities and a tree lighting ceremony to top it all off. It will be happening this Saturday from 3 to 7 p.m. at Anoka City Hall River Plaza.
Do you want to save money and reduce waste? Check out the Anoka Fix-It Clinic. This Saturday from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. you can bring your broken items to Anoka City Hall, where an expert will fix them. The event is put on by Anoka County Recycles. You can bring in broken lamps, coffee makers, vacuums, clothing, and much more. Items are fixed on a first-come, first-served basis. For more information, check out anokacountymn.gov.
Applying to a St. Cloud College was just made easier. For incoming students, St. Cloud Technical and Community College is no longer charging an application fee. Many of the departments at St. Cloud Tech made efforts to cancel application fees to help new students. The application is currently open for spring, summer and fall semester of 2024.